Greetings, boys and girls. Chef Adam here. Here to answer a question I got about superfoods. The question is, what makes a superfood super? Well, there is no certified formal way to define a superfood. So the term is often used as a marketing tool, and it's used to sell just about anything. Water is a superfood. It gets you hydrated and it's wet. And it's low calorie and it's gluten free. So yeah, that's more salesy than science. And then like I said, there is no certified or formal way to define it, but there's a few things I look for in regards to superfoods, and here is my little list how I define a superfood. 1 ounce, and there's a little range of flexibility here, but 1 ounce provides at least 20% RDA of 3 or more nutrients. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of that here. And in some cases, a serving is a little different for one thing than another. Spirulina is super concentrated. And then you have other things that are like fruits that are a little more water rich. And so you have to have a little bit of flexibility, okay, with this one here in terms of the serving size. But the next one, 70 or higher on nutrient balance. And you might be saying, what is nutrient balance? Okay, well, I'm going to show you in a second. 80 or higher on protein quality. And that is an indication of the variety of protein, actually essential amino acids, which are what we're really looking for when we're seeking protein. We are seeking actually the essential amino acids, and that is how our body makes protein. When we eat protein, our body has to exert energy to take the protein apart to access the amino acids. It's an inefficient way. Eating protein to get protein is actually inefficient because your body doesn't take protein and just go slap it wherever and say, oh yeah, you just ate some muscle tissue, I'm just going to paste that on your bicep. No, it takes it apart. There's all kinds of metabolic processes. You get byproducts and waste. So the more complex the protein, the less quality it is. And so that's kind of an important criteria to be aware of. Now, also, the last one is it contains unique compounds that support health. This can be a variety of things: antioxidants, terpenes, phytonutrients, just really unique omega-3s, certain fatty acids. That's what we're looking for. And this is also with the nutrients. The nutrients could be vitamins and or minerals. Let's take a look. First, we're gonna talk about this nutrient balance, and I got that from this website called Nutrition Data. And here we go. So we're looking here at blueberries. Blueberries are often referred to as being a superfood. Well, let's take a look here. Blueberries. An ounce of blueberries. Well, most people don't eat just an ounce of blueberries. That would be boring and would suck. It's like, oh, here, have 4 blueberries. Have fun with that. This reset to 1 cup because 1 cup is more like 50 berries is 68 grams, and 1 cup is 148 grams. So it's like twice, it's over 100 berries. And so when I'm eating blueberries, I'm going for a cup. That's what I want. Okay, so blueberries are considered a superfood. Okay, let's see if they work, if that criteria rings up. Okay, like I had said, we're going to use 1 cup instead of 1 ounce. but this 1 cup needs to provide at least 20% RDA of 3 or more nutrients. Okay, so we're looking right here, vitamin C. You got 24%. So boom, we got 1 going for us, which is nice. And then we scroll down here. The macros, I'm not really looking at, fiber. Yay, it's got fiber. Well, I'm dealing with the plant kingdom. Meat is the only food really that doesn't have fiber, and I don't eat that. So we could compare that, but that's for another video, right? So, okay, we're down here. Vitamin C, 24%. Vitamin K, 36%. Okay, we're close. We're close. And boom, manganese, 25%. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, so we have our 3 nutrients that are 20% or higher. So now we move on to our next criteria, or the next criteria that I use. And that's where we come here. This is symbol offers visual representation of nutritional strength and weakness. The spoke for dietary fiber is colored green. Protein is blue. Vitamins are purple. Minerals are white. So it's pretty cool. A completeness score between 0 and 100 is a relative indication of how complete the food is with respect to these nutrients. So there we go. Closer to 100, the more we're winning, right? So blueberries get a fail. I mean, they got some good stuff, yeah, but 42, not the greatest nutrient balance score. Okay, how about protein? Yeah, 34. Well, let's see. We're also dealing with a scale between 0 and 100. So the amino acid score, let's see, we go here. Protein quality is dependent on having all the essential amino acids in the proper proportions. If one or more amino acids not present in sufficient amounts, the protein in your diet is considered incomplete. Okay, so each spoke on the protein quality graph represents one of the 9 essential amino acids. So we're talking about the essentials that are required for protein synthesis in the body. So as the graph shows, how close is protein in your diet to optimal distribution, recommended by blah, blah, blah. An amino acid score of 100 or higher indicates complete or high quality protein. So let's check it again, 34. Okay, blueberries, not a superfood in my book. They are super, I like them, and they're a food, but are they a superfood? No, not gonna qualify under my criteria. Our next guest tonight on the Live Food Superfood experience is chia seeds. Okay, so chia, it's kind of, let's see, 1 ounce is 28 grams, and so 1 ounce is typically 2 tablespoons. So I think 2 tablespoons is a reasonable serving of chia seeds. Let's take, let's just take a look and see what we got going on here. So right off the bat, I see that we got a ton of fiber, even though I was like, yeah, we're not going to use fiber, right? Well, fiber can be the saving grace for some of these guys that are on the fence, but I don't think chia is going to be on the fence because I know chia is a superfood. Now, calcium is at 18%. It's really borderline right there, which is, that's good stuff. Okay, we'll come back to protein quality and completeness. We're looking specifically for the nutrients. Now, some of these things like chia seeds, they lack the data in some of these areas, which is kind of sad, but that's okay. So we're going to give calcium to chia. We're going to say yes on calcium. 18%, it's pretty darn close. And most people might eat more than 2 tablespoons. So phosphorus, number 2, 27%, and then manganese at 30%. Okay, so we got our 3 nutrients. We're going to look at nutrient balance and protein quality. Nutrient balance, it's a 30, not, it's not a winner. But protein quality, oh my goodness, home run, grand slam, 115. So very impressive on protein. I think we're going to give a little bit of forgiveness for chia because of the protein score, and in addition the omega-3. This is amazing. The omega-3 to omega-6 balance is, oh my goodness, it's like 4 times as much omega-3 to 6, which the average American average diet is lacking dramatically in omega-3 fatty acids. This imbalance in omega-3s to 6s leads to inflammation in the body and chronic disease and just not good stuff. So here we are with chia once again. I've switched. We're going to come over and look in here, and yeah, so we got our 1 ounce providing our 3 nutrients. We only got, we didn't get the greatest score on our nutrient balance, but home run, grand slam on protein quality of 115. And then the unique compounds, we're talking about omega-3 to 6 ratio is unbelievable. Lots of omega-3, and a little bit of omega-6. Great for, you know, stockpiling omega-3 in your diet, because the sources are kind of limited for omega-3s, especially if you're plant-based. So chia definitely gets the Superfood award. And next, we're going to look at goji berries. So goji berries, these became popular several years ago, about 10 years ago. They've always been popular in Chinese medicine. They are known as the happy berry. We actually have an equivalent of the goji berry that grows here in the United States. Actually, we have a couple different. There's one that grows in the wetlands in Florida that's called the Christmas berry, and that's Lycium carolina. And then we have the wolfberry that grows out in the desert Southwest. That's also, and they're in the nightshade family, so they're related to tomatoes, peppers, and right off the bat, I can see that vitamin A is at 50%, so we're starting off good. We got some vitamin C. Iron's up there at 14%, but let's go down here and take a look at, we got riboflavin at 21. Okay, so then we got iron, of course, we see that again. Here we go, copper at 28 and selenium at 25. So goji berries easily get the first one, 1 ounce providing at least 20% RDA or 3 or more nutrients. So now we go on to its nutrient balance, 68. That's pretty good. It's pretty good, almost 70. Now here we run into a little hiccup. There's nothing listed for protein quality, and that's because there hasn't been studies on it. So that doesn't mean it doesn't have a protein score number. I'm sure it does, and I'm going to guess it's at least 50, because this is a fruit with seeds in it, and seeds oftentimes can have amino acids, and so you know, the data might be somewhere else in this regard. Let's see, it does say there's 3 grams of protein in 28 gram serving. So goji berries, now we're going to look and see, so the protein balance, we're kind of skunked on that, and so now unique compounds. Okay, well, in Chinese medicine, goji berries are revered for their healing properties. So in that regard, we're going to, you know, I kind of defer to cultural medicine and foods that have a long history of being used and studied. Goji berries, in my opinion, yes, they make it on the superfood list. Go and take a look at spirulina. Okay, So right now, right off the bat, I'm looking here and it's set up at 1 cup. Nobody eats a cup of spirulina. That is crazy. That's crazy talk. Okay, a tablespoon. Let's from personal experience, a tablespoon of spirulina is a significant amount of nutrition. It's 64 grams of protein right there. So your daily requirement protein for a adult male is around 56. So crushing it. So actually maybe 2 teaspoons and 325 calories in that tablespoon. So let's go down and see what we got. It is high in sodium. Okay, so with that 1 tablespoon, you're getting 49% of your daily sodium. So that's a little concerning. But you're getting, 19% of your vitamin C, 177% of your daily iron, 13 of your A, 13 of your calcium. So, wowzers. This is nutrient dense, and like it's a dried sea vegetable, so it's super concentrated. So that's what's going on. So let's see what's going on down here with other nutrients. Okay, we got thiamine, we got, okay, nothing jumping out here, but, copper, 21% copper. So yeah, we have a nice handful of vitamins and minerals in ridiculous amounts. Riboflavin up at 15%. So good. So now we go and we look at, we just looked at the nutrients, so now we want to look at nutrient balance. All right, so what do we got here? Nutrient balance, 69, dudes. Okay, 1 tablespoon gets you pretty close to that 70%, so we're going to say yay. All right, and what's next? Protein quality, 103. Okay, I think it's safe to say that spirulina is for reals a superfood. Okay, just don't overdo it. If you got issues with iron, there's folks that concentrate iron in the body. There's also people that have problem getting enough iron. They're anemic. Well, spirulina would be good for you if you are iron deficient. Spirulina would not be good for you if you accumulate iron in the body. Let's take a look at kale. Kale, okay. So I'm going to adjust this, a cup of kale, let's say like a cup of chopped kale, as opposed to an ounce, because that's silly. Nobody eats an ounce of kale. That's just dumb. Yeah, okay. So we got it set to 1 cup. Okay, right off the bat, we're looking at our 20% RDA of 3 or more nutrients, and before we even scroll down, we're already got 206 vitamin A, 134 vitamin C. Wow, crazy. Vitamin C is heat sensitive, so we're looking at raw kale here. If you're steaming, cooking, blanching, doing whatever to your kale, you're not getting this number. So just keep that in mind. I've got videos on how to prepare kale, and I'll probably list something where you prepare it raw and you get all the benefits of raw kale, and it's not like you're eating, a handbag. It's you massage it. That's the trick. You put a little salt on it and you massage it. Wash your hands. Always wash your hands. And then the fiber in the kale breaks down, and it almost is like it's been blanched. So we got 2. We're looking for our 3rd for kale. There's our A, there's our C. Oh my goodness, vitamin K. Are you guys seeing this? Wow, vitamin K. Look at, oh my goodness, yeah, it's off the charts. 684. Look at that. Okay, so vitamin K. What is vitamin K? That is the clotting vitamin. Yeah, so K is for clotting. If you're on blood thinners, this is going to be kind of counterproductive. So if you're on Coumadin, things like that, you have to maintain your daily intake of vitamin K at a stable level so your meds are adjusted properly. So that's just something to think about. We got nutrient balance of 85. Holy smokes, that is beautiful. 85, that's a winner, well above. And then protein quality, 92. We've got ourselves a superfood. So yeah, we can come down here and we see all these nutrients. Some more nutrients are in the mineral department. Definitely got a good number. And we have, oh wow, look at that. A omega 3 to 6 balance that is nice. You're always looking for more 3s than 6s. Okay, let's go now to our next potential superfood, hemp seeds. Okay, so hemp seeds are the seeds from cannabis plant, and it's the type of cannabis that is low in THC. So 100 grams, let's look at an ounce. Let's see, I usually, 2 tablespoons is a good amount. So in terms of macros, you're getting a good bit of fat. Iron, you're at 16. We're not quite at our 20, but that's okay. Protein, we're at 21%, which is interesting. If you saw when okay. Well, we're gonna focus on the RDA nutrients, vitamins and minerals. So we got iron, magnesium, and zinc. This is one of the kind of the fails on nutrition data side. Okay, I don't know if I should trust their nutrient balance, but their protein quality, they got nothing. And I know for certain that hemp seeds are a high quality protein. They actually contain a type of protein that is almost like bioidentical to what the body uses in terms of protein. It comes in, the body's like, oh my gosh, I pretty much can use it. It's the way it is. So that is something I know for certain. And then also, I know that hemp seeds have omega-6 and 3s, and this isn't listing it. So epic fail for nutrition data. Hemp is a superfood. And this is one of my favorites. It's known as maca. So maca powder is a superfood, oftentimes like in powder form. It is a root vegetable that's grown at the highest elevation of any crops grown. It's grown up in the Andes. Superfood. It's in the, I want to say the radish family, and it has a very similar, like a rutabaga radish. And so it's dried and turned into a powder, and it's known as the South American Viagra, which is kind of sensational, but it does cure what ails you. It's a balancer, it's an energizer, it's an oxygenator, and it's an adaptogen. So whatever's out of alignment, it brings back into alignment. So, you know, that's why it gets the name superfood, but the fact that it kind of, you know, energizes and maybe brings back libido, they call it the South American Viagra, which, you know, it's a good thing, right? So a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons is plenty. We're gonna go with that, but it's more than enough. But let's take a look here. Tons of fiber. There's actually some sugars in there. You're getting 14 grams of protein in that 28 grams. So it's almost 50% protein by volume, which is pretty epic. 25, you're already solid on calcium. Vitamin C is 475%. That is crazy, and it's dried. So I'm wondering, like prior to drying, what's going on there with calcium. Iron, oh my gosh, another one that's kind of out of the park in terms of iron. So if you accumulate iron in the body, you know, not so much maca, but if you need iron, there you go, you got maca. A big fail on the protein quality, no data here. 54 on the nutrient balance, which we're short of our 70, but we scroll down here, we got our vitamin C, we already looked at that, B6 at 16, which is nice. Iron again, we got nice potassium. Copper, huge, copper 84, and manganese. Maca is a superfood. Of course, we're missing data on micronutrients and unique compounds, which is my fourth criteria here on the bottom of the list. Unique compounds that support health. And those are the things that most likely give maca its superfood status in terms of being an adaptogen and being considered a superfood. Ethnobiology of ethnopharmacology of Lepidium mayeni maca. Okay, macaenes are unsaturated fatty acids. Okay, these are probably alkaloids. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. These are the like antiviral, antifungal, anti-cancer, anti-diabetic compounds that make superfood super. So that's what we're missing out on in things like nutrition data. But when you go and you do the deep dive, this is what you get. Now here we go. Properties for maca in vivo administered to experimental animals. I'm not down with experimenting on animals, but we will take a look. Okay, this is why it's called the South American Viagra. Increased sperm count and motility, increased male sexual behavior, small effect on sexual nutritional. It's anti-stress, prevents testosterone-induced prostatic hyperplasia, so prostate support, reverses osteoporosis, neuroprotective, protects the brain, UV protectant, antioxidant, glucose metabolism, so anti-diabetic there. It's an adaptogen that works for both males and females. And the interesting thing about the osteoporosis is something, women, oftentimes postmenopausal women are needing support for osteoporosis. So here's some female reproduction. Long story short, maca, yes, superfood. So there you have it. Thanks for joining me with this little stroll. It's not such a little stroll, it's kind of a long stroll. But this is how I define what a superfood is. It's got a little flexibility because, like you saw when we jumped through those hoops, that we make a little exception here and a little wiggle room there. So yeah, thanks again for hanging out with me, learn about superfoods. I want to invite you to check into my channel, subscribe, like, share comments below. Pretty please. I'd love to hear from you. So let you know that I do a live stream on Saturdays where I feature a superfood or foods, do some recipes. Sometimes I have a guest, so check that out. Information should be below. Thanks again, and love you guys. Keep it live. Chia. Bye-bye.